Released by Psygnosis and developed by the elusive Art and Magic in 1992, Agony is a game well remembered by Amiga fans for its distinctive and highly polished visuals, but for many, this was the game's only redeeming feature. I personally find this a little harsh. While Agony's gameplay is fairly standard for side-scrolling shoot-'em-ups, many of the complaints about the game that I've heard from players centre around its difficulty. The early stages are fairly simple, but the difficulty level does ramp up fairly quickly afterwards, something that I feel should be expected and even wanted from a shoot-'em-up. The boss fights never really present much of a threat if you've managed to get through the level with a suitable number of special attacks stored, but the levels themselves often present a decent challenge, with an occasionally crazy number of sprites on screen. The game does a great job of creating a foreboding atmosphere through its highly detailed backgrounds and frankly quite demented soundtrack. The two elements drawing on the game's unexpectedly detailed lore, Agony was originally intended to feature an extensive animated intro detailing the story of Grandmaster Sun Wizard Acanthopsis, I think you'd say, discovering the cosmic power spell after years of research. The wizard decides to pass on his knowledge to Alestes, choosing him over his rival apprentice. The rival, driven mad with jealousy, steals the spell and runs away, throwing out all of the enemies you see in the game behind him. Then, for reasons I'm sure made sense to someone, somewhere, Alestes transforms himself into a magical owl, because of course he does, and sets off in pursuit of the rogue apprentice. Unfortunately, this intro was asking a little bit too much, and so the game's story was relegated to the pages of the game's booklet. Despite the missing intro, Agony is undoubtedly one of the Amiga's nicest looking games, with a visual style as unique as its slightly bonkers concept. The overlapping background layers of Agony were quite groundbreaking at the time, impressing even the developers behind Shadow of the Beast, a game famed for its parallax scrolling. Agony may not have particularly unique gameplay, but when the gorgeous visuals and insane soundtrack combine with the overall concept, it is possible to let your imagination override the game's lesser elements and have a great time playing this Amiga gem. A PC remake of Agony, made in Unreal 4, has been in development, though the future of the project appears uncertain, with only a one-level demo ever actually being released. What we do see, however, is a nicely polished and fairly faithful recreation of the game, and I've posted a link to the demo download page in the description if you'd like to check it out for yourselves.